Hansen of Education Week stated that 40% of teachers quit within their first 5 years of teaching, and that number doubles for socioeconomic or Title I schools. So these students go to class year after year not knowing who's going to be their teacher or what kind of educators are going to be present in their school. It is so important for teachers to understand the need for passionate and effective teachers in these schools instead of lazy and teachers who aren't motivated to teach these students. I have become so passionate about these students after starting my educational journey 2 years ago, and I am so excited to teach these kids one day. Passionate and effective teachers are extremely important in these school districts, and it's also important for them to understand the need and then also understand the solution in order to eliminate the condition, the negative condition that could take place, and replace it with a positive condition. So firstly, educational Title I schools and socioeconomic schools are often referred to as failing schools. They're referred to as failing schools by many politicians and other people in the educational sphere, and that is because they're failing their state tests, they're failing in support structure, they're failing in many other ways. So a lot of teachers are scared to go to those schools, and they don't want their own identification to be in a failing school. But these teachers have the most opportune time for change. These schools can only go up, and they are at a premier place for change to take place. These teachers are also not motivated to teach. Since they were most likely placed in these schools, they're called placement teachers, and they weren't in the most successful situation that they wanted to be when they imagined being a teacher. So they're not motivated, they don't really care about their students, and they're not passionate about what they're doing. Secondly, after understanding the need, it is also important to understand the solution. The first one is understanding the needs of these students. Each student has a different need, and understanding their needs will help you become a better educator. Most of these students will come in feeling tired and stressed and frustrated, and the ways that they take out their needs in these terms differ student to student. It is important to be, as a teacher, to understand these needs and to take control of them. Making Mistakes, Educational Adaptation and Classroom Learning, 2016, McClassen and other researchers found that these students were more reactive. They took out their frustration in ways that were disruptive and that were not coherent to the rest of their classroom. It is important for these teachers to take control of that and to understand how to direct their frustrations in other ways. This will also be a natural reaction for those teachers that are effective and passionate. They will want to take control of the needs of their students and to be the best teacher they can by understanding their students well. This is not a call for flawless teachers. No teacher is flawless and no teacher will do a perfect job, but the teachers that are passionate and effective will do the job that they best can. In Teachers Matters, Measures of Teacher Effectiveness in Low-Income Minority Schools, Elaine mentions that learning goals and scaffold lesson plans are great tangible ways for these teachers to take control of their classroom and to provide these students with the opportunity to know what's coming next and to be positive in their learning experience. In this slide, it shows that obviously teachers cannot be perfect, and neither can students. The only way they can is if they're made out of paper. So no teacher is going to be perfect in this situation. Now, understanding the need and understanding the solution, it's important to understand the conditions, the positive and the negative. One positive condition is that these teachers know the responsibility of caring for these students. They feel that responsibility that they will be the reason or one of the reasons that these students are successful in their educational journey. They also understand that their students are competent and capable of success. They want to put their students in the best situation to be the best students that they can be, and they're going to do everything that they can to make that possible. They have the opportunity to revolutionize a classroom and make the greatest impact. Negative conditions, on the other hand, are going to continue if change is not met through lack of support. It starts out with things: an exploration of urban adolescent support-seeking strategies in the context of school. Gretchen mentions that most schools have very little support. They have very little support from teachers and also just from programs. Of course, programs have been in place from Title I and ESEA, but specific general and just smaller programs are not being as supported. No new and freshly passionate teachers will also be present in these schools later on down the road whenever no teachers are taking the call and understanding the need. Secondly, there will be no empathetic and compassionate and effective teachers in these environments. In Rethinking Education, Emerging Roles for Teachers, Fatima's studies shows the problems with this. She concluded that all of these teachers were not empathetic and that they were not compassionate towards their students, and in return, these students were not compassionate about learning. They did not care about what was going on in the classroom because their teachers just simply did not care either. In conclusion, it is so important that passionate and effective teachers take over Title I in socioeconomic schools. These students need to know that their teachers care about them, they care about education, and they're motivated to make their students into the best that they can be. You have the options. You have the option to stay where you are, stay complacent in the situation that you are in, or you have the option to make a change and make a difference in these students' lives. You can't wait for someone else to do it because you'll be waiting around forever. Your time is now. That was really fast.